What's up everybody, Best Math here bringing another Modern Warfare 2 video. Today we're going over 3 quick tips to improve your kill-death ratio. As always, please remember to like and subscribe, and also join our Discord server. Link is in the description. We play games together. Come join and have fun with us. So my first tip is actually kind of a counter tip. I notice a lot of people who make videos on this topic, they always say, oh, well, you just need to play super aggressive, and then when you get into more gunfights, you will become better at gunfights because you're doing more of them. And I agree with that logically. If you do something, you will probably get better at it if you do it more, right? But I think what's lost on people when they hear that is they think, oh, okay, I just need to play super aggressive all the time, which, especially in higher SBMM brackets, that's going to get you killed a lot, especially in certain game modes like Search and Destroy. When you should be more calculating when you're playing to win, what the enemy is doing, what the situation is, what the game mode is, what are my teammates doing, what is going to be most beneficial to the team right now. And a lot of the time that is taking a more passive angle rather than just going full aggro and throwing your body at the enemy team. So let's analyze this ace and break down exactly how I used calculated aggression to get the ace in this round. So as you'll notice, the scoreboard, we are losing 0-2 right now. And this is where I'm going to pause it. Last 2 rounds, and I wish I could put this in the video, but it'd be too long. They went hard on A, and they went straight through to the right of this building. Sorry, I don't know the call outs yet. And then they went into this building at A, and they pushed it hard. They essentially pushed our spawn both rounds. They did the same kind of moves both rounds. On the first 2 rounds, I went into this first room here to try to push up and gain some ground on them. And I was immediately flashed and grenaded. They double peeked at the same time, which is really tough to fight against if you're, you know, soloing by yourself. They double peeked, one peek from the right, one peek from the door that was opposite me. And they just had this room on lock every time. They had the stunt, they had the flashes, they had the grenades, they had the double peek. I could not make any headway on A here. And this is when I decided, okay, I'm gonna take a more passive approach. So what I decide to do instead is, I know these 2 guys are rushing this building because last 2 rounds it's worked so well for them. Why would they change anything? If it's not broke, don't fix it. We're gonna get back to that in a second. But we are gonna just chilling behind that head glitch right there, because I knew they'd take that house. I knew they'd think, since I wasn't there, having been there the 2 rounds before, they're thinking, oh, okay, he gave up on this. Let's, you know, people get a little lazy. This is what I mean about playing the opponent. I'm not just saying, I am an aggressive player, I am going to be aggressive. This first part of the clip is extremely passive, because I already knew from the last 2 rounds, and this is also why you should constantly switch up what you're doing. In regular game modes too, this doesn't go for Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is just a very good game mode to outline concepts like this, because of the limited life mechanic. But then, because I've gotten those 2 guys, everything else clicks for me from the last 2 rounds. And this is what I mean, don't go on your phone, like, when you die and stuff. Like, pay attention to what's going on in the round. Pay attention to what the enemies are doing, because I knew the other guy runs down the lane when the 2 guys push the house, because he just assumes it's clear, because they push out of the house where I was guarding, and then, you know, they do whatever they were doing, right? But so knowing that, I come out, and now I'm ready for the aggression, because it's clicked for me. I'm like, okay, I took care of that variable. Now I can move on and actually, you know, get loose a little bit and make some moves here. And then, if you notice, I do the again peek on that, because I've assumed that they've seen all these people dying and they're going to be gravitating over here. And I know a couple guys go to that mid building and they'd probably be coming out, so I peek out on that guy there. I get flashed, and notice how aware I am of where my body is in the environment when I got flashed, and I was able to get to cover-ish. Not quite as good. I maybe should have gone inside. I didn't know if there was someone there. But as you can see, I'm about to pop my UAV, and you could argue that this would be more valuable popping in the next round, and you're probably right. But I really wanted the ace, and like, I wanted to ensure I get the ace. And so I use my mini-map, and this is another thing, another way to get aggressive, is using information to get aggressive. I don't like when I see players get aggressive for no reason. Like, you should be aggressive with a purpose. Like, watch a professional player. They are always aggressive with a purpose, because they're so hyper aware of what's going on. They're so aware of what people are going to do or what they could do, that's how they're able to get away with the aggression, combined obviously with extreme consistency and technical ability, that they're able to make those aggressive plays more often and more consistently with getting the rewards every time. And so, as you can see with the UAV information, I literally pre-fired him. I knew where he was. I came around the corner, pre-fired him. And again, on this UAV, I'm just hunting. I'm literally hunting. And I just have to hunt down these players and kill them, and that's an ace. And as you can see, there was a little bit of passive. It was a very passive-aggressive round, as I like to say. There's no... I didn't fit into, like, I was a camper this round. I was an aggressive player this round. No, I did whatever the situation called for. I adapted to the specific situation. I didn't just fall into a default role, right? Now we go into our next tip, which is kind of what I hinted at earlier. My next tip is kind of a play on, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's more of, if it is broken, fix it. And that doesn't sound like something that should need to be said, yet it seems like it very much does need to be said. And and you've seen it in your match. Everyone's done it. I've done it. I'm going to show you a clip of me doing it right here. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if someone on the other team or the other team is doing something and really you're losing bad because of what the other team is doing, change what you're doing. And I know this sounds stupid. Like, this is like, oh, this isn't a real tip. This is common sense. It sounds stupid, but trust me, if you pay attention, you'll catch yourself doing it. You'll be in a game where you're losing, you're like, ah, can't believe I'm losing. And then, but you're going the same route, you're taking the same angle, you're taking the same fight against the same person every time. Of course, you're going to keep losing because you're not changing anything. And if you lost doing that thing before, you're probably going to lose doing that thing again. And this is kind of an example of how I deal with that, because I'm not saying I have god tier aim, right? God tier mechanics. This is how you feed yourself easy kills to improve your KD. You don't want to put yourself in a difficult situation. You want to put yourself in the easiest possible situation to come out on top, right? And and obviously, I'm not saying camp either. Like, a lot of people hear that, like, oh, no, camp. That doesn't mean camping necessarily. I'm just saying do whatever makes the most sense in any given situation. And for this that I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna shut up now and play the clip. Is okay. I'm going towards B. I'm making a B play. They've won a round last round. We're actually up 3 here, but they won a round last round and they had a really strong B take. And so I just I mean, I shouldn't have been sprinting either out in the middle like that. Like, I should have had my gun up. That guy has been messing us up on B, right? And so he kills me there and I'm like, oh, okay. So next round I come back. This is the very next round. And instead of taking, I'm like, okay, this has worked for him 2 rounds in a row. They're coming back. He's going to do it again, obviously, because it's worked for him twice in a row. And this is why I say, even if you're doing things well, you should change them up, because, you know, things can change like that, especially like Call of Duty. But as you can see, I just line up a grenade here and throw it basically where he was, and it's a kill. Didn't even have to fight him. I used the situation, my knowledge of the situation, to change the way I played and come out on top. And we ended up winning this game. I mean, we were already winning, but like, we did end up at the end winning this game. And my last tip is a quick one, because I know these two have been pretty long, but this tip is use your ears. And I know there's another one like, oh, this isn't a real tip. You know how many people I play with that listen to music when they play? And how many times those people get shot in the back, or like, I'm spectating them, like we're playing Search and Destroy, and I hear someone coming right up, you know, to the right, and they just don't hear it, and because they can't play without music, right? And I'm like that with certain games, but I've been getting a lot better at it over the years, and I really try not to play with music now, because A, it's distracting, it messes with your rhythm, but then mainly you can't hear people coming up behind you that are going to shoot you in the back of the head. So this clip just kind of outlines the power of sound. I mean, you pretty much know it. Oh, let me actually turn on the audio for this so it can actually make sense. Okay. So yeah, I'm fighting this guy, but as you'll notice, before I actually start shooting, I hear the footsteps behind me from the bus. So here, I'm gonna put my headphones on so I can listen with you. So yeah, it's hard to hear, but there are a couple of soft footsteps there, and then I'm already aimed on him. How was I able to do that? Because I heard right behind me. So I just turn around, okay, he's behind the bus. Put my crosshair there, he comes around the corner, I shoot, and he is absolutely dead. We're gonna play it one more time for you. But yeah, use your ears, they will give you amazing information. So don't listen to music, pay attention to your surroundings, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.